Okay, so I'm live, and what I'm going to talk about is how today at work something really suspicious happened. So in the morning, I'm getting ready, you know, with my belongings and whatnot. So I get this bottle of water, a cold bottle of water, and I'm like, oh, this, I really just am like thirsting a cold bottle of water right now. So I get in the car to get ready to go to work. I also had another drink that I was going to drink. The bottle of water was just going to be like while I was at work. So I get in the car and I throw the bottle of water in the back seat. I didn't drink it, I didn't touch it, I didn't do anything. And I know because I would have to like put the bottle of water a certain way just to drink it in the car. So I go to work, whatever. And now it's time for me to have my little break. So I'm going to go get the bottle of water. And I notice that because I always look at the cap, I always look at the cap to see like if it's open or if it's fondled with or anything like that. So I'm like, the cap is open. I'm like, how is my bottle of water open? Like, I didn't open my bottle of water. Why is it open? Why is it open? But it looked like nothing was poured out of it. Nobody took a sip of it. It looked like a regular bottle of water, but the cap was twisted. Like either somebody put something in it and then twisted it back, or they just did that to make me feel a certain type of way, to make me think somebody did something. But I know for sure that the cap was fully on, and it's not. Now that's the second time because the other time something happened was with the bag of Doritos. I went grocery shopping and all that, so I had been looking on the floor of the back seat because I put my groceries on the floor in the back seat. So I had been looking at the floor and I double checked and made sure there was nothing over there, no groceries. So I get ready for work the next day and I get all my stuff or whatever. And next thing I know is I packed a bag of Doritos, and then there was some Doritos open right here on the side of the floor, and it was like stale, but it was making me. It was in my lunchbox, so it was like, how did that? No, I had a regular bag in my lunchbox, and then these was like on the side. I'm like, why is those there? Like, I looked there. I looked there when I got out the car. I looked there. How is there a stale bag of Doritos? It's like I left it there a while back, like a couple days, and somebody like kept it and then put it back in there to play mind games with me. Or it was just like, because there's no way that it could have just popped up. And I know it makes me sound crazy, but it was crazy when I saw it because I'm like, there's no possible way there's two bags of Doritos in here, and these were stale and they were just sitting right there. Like somebody put it there. And I'm just like, who is breaking into my car? This person has to be breaking into the car. They know that I'm in the building. They know the time that I take my breaks. They know when I'm going to be. So they're doing this while they're securing, they're watching where I'm at. And then they're going down there and fondling with my car. Now, how do I know they're fondling with the car is because people will say, well, you got an alarm on your car. Well, that's been happening in this neighborhood as well. I have an alarm on the car, yes, and I make sure the alarm, but they have a device that allows them to break into the car. I don't know if they get this from police officers or military workers, I don't know, or some criminal ring that they have where they can break into your car without the alarm going off. Or the alarm could go off and nobody would care because I'm inside the building. So somebody's doing something and they know where I'm at and they're watching everything to where they could possibly even do this. They do this in my neighborhood, and I know there's people that work where I work at who have said they live in the same zip code as me. And they said a lot of people, and that's another thing I'm getting suspicious about, is I think that people are following me to a workplace. Like they know that I'm going to be working here, I'm applying for this. And so they bring people from out of the neighborhood to the workplace that I'm going to stalk me and to further watch me. I don't know if that's true, but I do get those feelings sometimes that that's what's going on, because I don't think that just because you work somewhere in a certain area, everybody that lives in your neighborhood works there. And it's not right by where I stay. It's like 40 minutes away from where I stay. So I don't know, but I just think it's kind of suspicious. I don't know. It just feels awkward to me. Like, and then some of the same things are happening, like my car is being broken to. Even my job before that, they were breaking into my car, and those bitches got flat out like proved on. Like, okay, I get into my car, and we for this job we have a particular thing that we keep with us. Like, say that it's this right here. Everybody has one of these, right? And so I had mine with me. And then so I go into my car, and this another one of these was in the car. Like, I had mine, and there was another one left in the car. And so I'm like, what the fuck? How is this in my car? How is someone else's thing in my car? Like, this was at another job that I worked at, and I was suspicious because I noticed this one person was always trying to pull up when I pulled up, and they were always waiting till I got out the car. And I'm just like, why are they doing that? Like, it was weird. It was super weird. Like, they would just wait and wait. And something told me I don't trust that person. And so I found their thing in my car. I already had mine. So I'm like, and why didn't the manager just automatically be like, let's run the cameras back and see who broke into your car? It's like everybody be acting like so cool that, oh, it's not a big deal. We're not going to do anything. No, you need to run the fucking cameras back and tell me who broke in the fucking car, and they need to get the fuck out of here. Period. Like, that's an automatic trespassing a coworker's property. You should be getting the fuck out of here, and you should be getting a ticket by the fucking police, because that's breaking and entering into some shit that's not yours. So they're doing this at my job. They're um, they're fondling with my lunch. And even if I bring my own lunch, they're trying to open bottles and shit. And they try to do it like on the days that I didn't bring my money, so I would be left starving, or like I'm gonna be so desperate that I'm gonna drink it or do something like. And I know this because at the job before this, they did that to me because they ordered something. Everybody ordered something. I'm like, oh, did y'all get me one? And they're like, oh, we already ordered. And so everybody gets their little, I think it was like a papaya or papisa, whatever those flat things that Hispanic people be eating. It's like a bread, but it got stuff in it. And paposa or something like that. And so I like these, and they knew I liked them because I had been going over to the place next door to buy them. And so I was like, why y'all? Now they was whispering. People was whispering before lunch. And so I was like, something's up. So then I seen how they did me. Everybody sitting at the table, they got one for everybody except me. They're like, oh, yeah, it's too late. We already ordered it. So I'm like, okay. So everybody gets theirs. They're making me think I didn't get nothing. So everybody gets theirs. Everybody gets theirs. And once everybody gets theirs, there's one left. And so I'm like, oh, there's an extra one. There is one. And so I eat the last one that's left because they said they didn't order none, but there was one extra. They didn't order me none, but there was one extra. So I eat this motherfucking thing, and I swear to God, it tastes like they put fucking Dawn soap in the paposa or whatever you call that thing. And I literally, you know how when you're like embarrassed, you would like pretend nothing's wrong and you would continue to eat it and act like, oh, whatever. I was like, no, fuck that. I spit that shit out and I put it in the trash can. And I was like, oh, wow. These people put something in my fucking food. And that was fucking rude. I didn't do nothing to these people. All I did was bust my ass off and work hard. People will hate on you and be jealous of you just for being a hard fucking worker. You can be broke, anything, it doesn't matter. If you work hard and you stand out in any type of fucking way that's positive, that could be a threat to somebody else. they're going to fucking try to do shit to you. And all of them will try to do stuff to you if you're doing better than all of them, or your light in your work environment is shining. You out working people makes people threatened and they want to do bad things to you. So if you're out working 10 people, that's 10 people who are possibly going to gang up on you and do something bad to you because they don't want you to be that one. But they have this special fucking connection where they can all have their own group and be somebody doing good and somebody doing this. So basically, you have to go at the same pace as everybody else and never really try to outshine. I don't try to outshine people. I just try to hurry up and get shit done. And when I'm bored, I try to do shit. But now, and when you don't do that, they'll be the first person that they'll talk about. Oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Well, because if I do a good job, y'all will fucking attack me. And then if I lean back, y'all will tag me for that too. So the objective of the game is obviously just for y'all to fucking attack me. Period. There's nothing else to it. You just want to fucking attack me. And so people say, well, if people are treating you so bad, you should leave. And people say, man, I wouldn't stay in that job for a second if somebody treated me like that. If somebody did this, I would walk right out the door immediately. And I said, yeah, that sounds fucking great. The only problem is you'll be fucking broke your whole fucking life because the first 5 minutes that you're in that bitch, you would be walking the fuck out of there. So how the fuck do you make money when you realize as soon as you walk into a workplace that it's not fucking for you? I'm gonna be hunting for a long fucking time if that's the fucking case. Because there's been a lot of fucking workplaces that weren't for me. But I needed to make the fucking money. And I don't have as much time to try to find the right workplace while my money is fucking dwindling down because I need to fucking eat. What the fuck? That sounds great, but apparently you have to endure bullshit and walk through the fucking lion's den and get burnt in fucking hell a little bit in order to get the shit that you need. So, or you have to be a part of the fucked up posse, however you fucking do that. I don't fucking really know. Be lame, don't care, don't do good, walk in late. I don't even think so. I think just the fucking way I fucking look irritates fucking people. I think when I walk in the fucking building, people are just looking at me like that. Like they don't want me to be there. They don't want to fuck with me. Like I don't have to do anything. All I gotta do is walk in and people are already fucking hating me. I don't feel like I belong at the workplace that I'm at. I don't feel like I belong at a lot of places. So that's just what it is. But I have to survive and I have to do what I have to do in order to keep surviving. So that's just what it is. I feel bad for people who are in the position that I'm in, and it's like I'm at fucking work, and they want me to focus on fucking sales, but I realize I'm actually focusing on my fucking survival, just making sure that they don't fucking poison me before I get the fuck off of work. I'm just trying to make sure that they're not putting something in my drink or in my fucking food, that I'm not feeling sick to my fucking stomach. And I'm praying that I'm not getting food poisoned by them. So I still focus on what I'm supposed to focus on, but I'm focusing on that as well. People act like they want the best from you and they want to see you do good. They want to see you dress good. They want to see you do your hair. They want to see you look different and look lively. And as soon as you try to do any of that shit, they can't fucking stand it. They're not even fucking talking to you anymore. You're just like, and then you know what? It's not just me. This the customers. These people look at customers like they're fucking peasants. They look at the customers like they're fucking peasants. They could be the same fucking race, and there'll be people looking at customers like they're fucking peasants behind their back. They don't like anybody and they think they're greater than everybody. And I don't do that to people, but I see people doing that all the fucking time. So I would have to be turned into a wicked witch and be spoiled. And I'm a little bit scared that it's gonna make me like a fucked up person because I keep having to build these walls and I keep having to have this strong exterior and interior just to deal with these people that when I go to, places that are better, that I hope that I don't have like these negative attributes sizzling out of me because of where I've been. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but sometimes I feel like I have to reset because it's like I always have like my walls up because of all the people and the shit that they're doing to me on a daily basis. And sometimes when customers come to me, like I'm so used to a lot of people trying to do stuff to target me and saying stuff, even some of the customers, that sometimes I have such a hard wall up that it's just like I can possibly turn away somebody who's just trying to be nice. And when I notice that, I'm just like, look, you don't understand what a person is going through. You don't understand the torment that they could be going through. The reason why they have, just this strong exterior, like I just don't want to deal with people. But it's funny because the people who are torturing people have that same exterior. Like they make you like one of them. So it's like they're just fucking rude because they were born a fucking bitch or whatever the fuck happened to them. And then they make you like that because of the torment and torture that they're doing to you as well. So it's like we just all have to be miserable people. But then the funny thing about it is when you're miserable, they kind of start smiling and having a good time. Because I've noticed that. Like when I'm miserable, I've noticed them having a good time. But then when I call them out and I start telling the truth out loud about them, yeah, I wonder who did that to the water in my car, who opened the lid, while I was in here. And then they'll go back to being like really mean and stuff. But as long as I'm keeping it to myself and walking around upset, everybody, they're smiling and having a good, jolly time. So I don't like that. So then I start telling the truth on them. And then that's when they go back to being like all pissy bissy and shit. So and how I know is they're fucking whispering. You can be talking and having a conversation with them one day, and then the next day they're whispering with somebody and turning away when you're walking past them. They're not communicating with you anymore. Like we were just talking yesterday, and today now you're just being like a total blank face, not talking, rude. So real people don't do that to people. Real people don't do that to people. We were communicating yesterday. Let me tell you what one of the girls said at work. Okay, so I ended up working in a different area because that area needed help. And this girl said, even in front of other people, oh, I bet you don't even miss me. I'm like, oh, so you want me to miss you? And I'm sorry if this person's watching, but I'm just telling the truth. They don't know who it is, and only where we work knows. So who cares? And so I'm like, what do you mean? So you want me to miss you? She's like, yeah, because you don't have anybody to mess with you and torture you basically. And I'm like, wow, she really just said that, and she said that in front of another worker. So that is like, and she almost looked like she had tears in her eyes about it, about me going to another area and she wasn't able to torture me, and I probably wasn't missing it. She had tears in her eyes about that. She literally verbally said this. And so I'm like, I said, don't worry, because wherever you're at, you're not at, trust me, wherever I'm at, somebody else is still torturing me. Somebody's going to come up there and do something to me or say something to me, or they'll bring it to me. So you don't have to worry. Your prophecy or your purpose, I said, your purpose is still being fulfilled. Your purpose is being fulfilled. When you're not around harassing me, somebody else is. So don't worry about it, darling. You don't have to get teary eyed because you can't torture me anymore. That's the type of stuff that makes me wonder if somebody's paying you to do something to me. Because I can't understand why somebody gets teary eyed at the fact of not being able to torture me and bicker with each other throughout the day. Anyway, if anybody has answers to that or comments to that, please let me know. Leave it in the comment box. Anyway, I'm done talking. Like I'm over it. I don't even know how I'm surviving this. I want to work there longer, but I'm just like I can't believe that I'm going through the stuff that I'm going through. I can't believe that I'm having to endure this everlasting, not everlasting, this just hell. It's so many people against me. And it's just like, I know there's some people who are cool, but it feels like a lot of people is just like against me for no absolute fucking reason. Just because you go in there dressed up, just because you go in there looking how you're supposed to look. Like, just go in there looking shitty and down and sad, they're still gonna treat you like shit. There's no win in this. It's lose lose. You're gonna fucking lose. They want you to quit your job. They want you to suffer, but at the same time, it seems like they want to steal your life. Like, not just steal your life, but steal your life. Like, what you are, who you are, what you got. It's crazy. And they want to steal your life. They want to steal your life and they want to steal your life. Steal who you are and then kill you. They want you to be fucking sad or they're going to try to make you fucking sad. Listening to everything you do, studying everything you hate, and then throwing it in your face. If you say, I hate this, I promise you that's what they're going to put in your face. Like, ooh, that's an idea. Let's do that, you guys. Like I said, I hate that smell of that fake ass weed. They've been putting that shit in my face all day. Now, why haven't nobody did no drug test on people? Because they don't want to. Even probably the top people. It's a lot of people doing drugs in there, smoking something. Because they probably can't bear the bad shit they're doing to people, but they know I don't like that smell. They'll have, if I'm having a good fucking day, they'll make sure they have somebody open the door of their car and it's coming out. They'll make sure they have somebody walk near me, come up to my register, do whatever, and have that smell protruding on them. Like, it feels like it's set up. It's set up. Okay? Let me tell you another thing. My best friend, his sisters were twins, but they weren't identical twins. People know that they were twins, though, because I've mentioned it. That's what I get. It's my problem because I mentioned it. It's all your fault because you communicated with people. So, ever since I've been working there, now I researched this. And it says that the world is made up of 3% twins, right? There's only 3% twins in the entire fucking world. Since I've been there, I have literally seen at least 50 set of twins. 50. I kid you the fuck not. Like, they're putting them in my face, left, and fucking right. I don't have anything against, you know, anything against it. It's just that I feel like it's some type of message they want to continue to put in my head. But like I said, they're not even fucking identical twins. They don't look just like each other at all. Hell, one's dark and one's light. And they don't even look like each other, but they're twins. But these people know that they're twins and they want to keep the sadness in me about what happened to my friend. This is just what I believe. So they brought like sets of twins. I can't believe how many twins I've seen since I've worked there, especially in certain months. It's been over 50 fucking twins. I don't think that people have seen 50 fucking twins in their fucking lifetime. So, well, if you think that's weird, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you some of the things that people do when they find out information about you or about people that you care about and love, and how they try to throw certain things in your face. And then they try to get these populations of people to go against you because of that. Like, I didn't say I had anything against twins. I mean, I've heard of documentaries of the evil twins and this and that. And Candy Grand Prix, she's a fucking twin and all that. And I made a video before I even had this job about believing she was gang stalking me and my best friend. So I don't really know all of what's going on, but I know it's something funny. That's all I can say. And then also at work, what they do is they've gotten my family members' names and stuff like that, and so they'll be calling all these people's names that sound just like your family member, out loud, and it's just like, okay, whatever. And so I'm like, who knows all this? Because certain family members I don't fucking talk about. I just don't fucking talk about my family members. I don't. So that specifies to me exactly who the fuck could be telling people all this information. It's not that many. Like, it's either the fucking cops, it's either fucking CPS, or it's one of my fucking family members. And I know it's not one of my fucking family members. So, like, what the fuck? It has to be people who are digging into shit, or some might be people you work with, but I don't even tell people I work with my family members' fucking names. These people are calling out my family members' name. I think that it's a setup. I don't think it's coincidental. Everything's fucking coincidental. That's another thing when you're being gang stalked. People want you to feel like it's just a fucking coincidence. No, well, okay, that may be true. The only problem with that is that it's a whole lot of fucking coincidences. I'm talking about back to 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 fucking back. So that's just part of some of the stuff that I'm experiencing, and I don't know. And like I said, I also believe that they're doing witchcraft to me at work. I believe there's witches involved. I believe there might be people with a lot of money involved, because I don't see who could be paying all these people to come fuck with me. Like, who the fuck has the time and energy? Like, these people got to have some fucking money. Who would waste their time and resources? The only person is somebody who got a lot of fucking time and a lot of fucking money. Who is paying people like that? Or is it just like these fucking zombies? They just fucking slobber together and gang up on people, and they just smell your blood like, oh, you're a fucking good one. And we feel the heat of our evilness. We know each other, and we're all gonna come against you because we can sense you're one of those good ones. Like, what the fuck type demonic shit? That's on a whole nother fucking level. Like, where the fuck are we? Is that shit true? Because that's some demonic shit they didn't teach us in fucking church, and they should have fucking taught us that shit. Because I'm flabbergasted at that shit, and I don't understand where it's coming from, and I don't understand who would be paying people to do this, and I'm just trying to figure out if this is some extra evil celestial type shit going on, or this is real people just getting paid by people who have to have fucking money. Somebody talk to me, or is it fucking both? What the fuck is going on? I don't know. But I'm just telling what I'm going through. So if anybody else has experienced this, you know that this is validation that this is what's happening to people like me. So if it's happening to you, that's the category they put you in for whatever fucking reason. No, I don't belong where I'm at. I probably belong in a better place. somewhere better, but I'm not there. How do I know that I belong somewhere better? Well, because all these motherfuckers keep pushing me out. And they keep giving me weird ass stories. Like when I was in fucking college, this girl was like, "Oh, there's this story." She was like a black Muslim girl. And she was like, but she showed it take that thing off her head after a while. She was like, "There's a story about this village dude or a girl, and because they were really pretty, like they kicked them out of the village." And I was just like, what the fuck is she telling that story for? Like shit like that. Like people be saying weird, and I feel like that was some witchcraft shit she was doing. Because it's like, okay, now anybody who thinks they're even pretty or attractive in there feels like that person that you were fucking just talking about. And I guess they're meant to be kicked out the fucking village because they're fucking pretty. Now, if I said that shit about a Muslim, you would have a fucking heart attack, wouldn't you? You would have a fucking fit. You would call me all type of racial fucking slurs, and I would be a fucking pissy peasant to you. But because you're talking about somebody that's attractive or ugly, those you can talk about, or skinny. I don't think that's right. So that made me feel some type of like stress. And I'm just like, wow, okay. That's what these people do. And people try to act like people used to act like I can get pretty. I'm not gonna say I just wake up pretty. But if I try, I feel like I can bring it out. But these people act like being pretty, you're privileged. You're privileged where people like you and welcome you for being pretty, and they still have to want to accept all of who you are. You're not welcomed. People don't treat you better because you're pretty. Sometimes people treat you like shit because you're pretty. Sometimes people treat you like shit because you're skinny. Because you're skinny, they think they can treat you like a fucking little child and pick on you all the fucking time. Literally, I noticed that bigger people don't get harassed as much in certain situations, while skinnier people tend to pick on them even more. If I'm lying, let me know. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because I believe all this ties into gang stalking as well. I believe all that. I'm not just going off fucking topic and subject. Those little things, those can get you gang stalked too. Just some little shit like that. Oh, you're skinny. I wish I was fucking skinny. Oh, you look like this. I wish I looked like this. I wish you would like the way that you fucking looked because I don't want you fucking picking on me for no fucking ordinary fucked up ass reason. So I want you to love your fucking self so you don't be hating on me and trying to do bad things to me. Anyway, I'm done. I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you learned something. I hope somebody related to something. And I hope it's not just gang stalkers listening to me. I hope it's gang stalkies listening to me and that it's helping you to understand what's going on.